Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel. Today's reaction is going to be on Gangplank, the Saltwater Scourge. I decided to do this reaction because we just did Misfortune, and it kind of just made sense to do Gangplank next. We kind of know some major points that have happened in Gangplank's life so far because of our Alawi reaction as well, and then, obviously it's Misfortune. We kind of know everything between them so far, but I'm sure there's going to be some other things that we'll learn about his character and kind of like his upbringing and stuff like that, right? If this is your first time here, how my reactions usually work is we're going to take a look at the biography and story first. We'll move on to any like cinematics or gameplay abilities, things like that. And then we'll take a look at the skins and finally end off with the voice lines and interactions at the very end. Okay, so the quote we have is, "I was cutting throats and sinking Noxian war galleys when you were still pissing your britches, boy. You don't want to take me on." I mean, that's a pretty BA quote to have. So he was actually fighting off Noxian war galleys too. So does Noxus kind of, oh yeah, Noxus kind of comes over towards Bilgewater, don't they? All right, role is fighter, region Bilgewater, we know that. And let's take a look at the related champions. We have Misfortune, Swain. I'm gonna assume that's just because, the whole Noxian war galleys thing. Zed is an interesting one. And then we have Alawi, we know, Twisted Fate, and Graves. Those two make sense as well. Even though I don't know the actual reactions between like Twisted Fate, Graves, and Gangplank, I'm sure we're going to maybe learn about it in here. As unpredictable as he is brutal, the dethroned Reaver King Gangplank is feared far and wide. Once he ruled the port city of Bilgewater, and while his reign is over, there are those who believe this has only made him more dangerous. Gangplank would see Bilgewater bathed in blood once more before letting someone else take it. And now with the pistol, cutlass, and barrels of gunpowder, he is determined to reclaim what he has lost. So right when they introduced Gangplank into the game, like, was this his biography? Like, he had already been dethroned by Misfortune, and then, there's the whole Alawi thing. I don't know when. So Misfortune was old. I don't know about Gangplank. I don't know if he came out like right after Misfortune, and then when did Alawi come around? Because I'm wondering kind of like the order of when those things actually came out. This artwork for Gangplank, I mean, I would definitely not want to mess with this guy either. And what is he crushing? An orange? And does he have a metal arm? I did not know that. As unpredictable as he is brutal, the dethroned Reaver King known as Gangplank is feared far and wide. Where he goes, death and ruin follow, and such is his infamy and reputation that the mere sight of his black sails on the horizon causes panic among even the hardiest crew. Okay, am I just now realizing that Gangplank is supposed to be like the Blackbeard or whatever pirate king of the League of Legends world? Having grown rich preying upon the trade routes of the 12 seas, Gangplank has made himself many powerful enemies. In Ionia, he incurred the wrath of the deadly Order of Shadow after ransacking the Temple of the Jagged Knife, and it is said that the Grand General of Noxus himself has sworn to see Gangplank torn asunder after the pirate stole the Leviathan, Swain's personal warship and the pride of the Noxian fleet. Right, I forgot about this. Okay, this was mentioned, I don't know where it was mentioned. I think it might have just been mentioned in the Swain reaction, but I had totally forgotten that he stole Swain's ship. That's pretty funny. And then he also ransacked the Temple of the Jagged Knife. I mean, he is a pretty successful pirate already, in my opinion. Like, you're stealing Swain's Leviathan and then you're ransacking the Order of Shadow. That's pretty insane. While Gangplank has incurred the wrath of many, none have yet been able to bring him to justice, despite assassins, bounty hunters, and entire armadas being sent after him. He takes grim pleasure in the ever-increasing rewards posted for his head and makes sure to nail them to the bounty board in Bilgewater for all to see whenever he returns to port, his ships heavy with loot. Wow, he's not even afraid of all the bounties on him. And then in recent times, Gangplank has been brought down by the machinations of the bounty hunter Misfortune. His ship was destroyed with all of Bilgewater watching, killing his crew and shattering his aura of invincibility. Now that they have seen he is vulnerable, the gangs of Bilgewater have risen up, fighting amongst themselves to claim dominion over the port city. Despite receiving horrific injuries in the explosion, Gangplank survived. Sporting a multitude of fresh scars and with a newly crafted metal arm to replace his amputated limb, he is now determined to rebuild his strength, reclaim what he sees as rightfully his, and to ruthlessly punish all those who turned against him. This is a super short, this is actually probably the shortest biography we've ever read. I mean, it was straight to the point, and now we understand. I should have like put two and two together, but that's why he's got the metal arm now. It was because of Misfortune. All right, and the story we have is called Blood in the Water. The massive Noxian war captain shuddered and dropped his axe as Gangplank rammed his cutlass deep into the man's gut. Blood bubbled from the warrior's tattooed lips as he mouthed an unheard curse. Gangplank pulled his blade free with a sneer and shoved the dying man to the deck. He collapsed in a clatter of heavy armor, his blood mingling with the seawater sloshing across the war galley's foredeck. The black-painted hull of Gangplank's ship loomed above, the two vessels locked together with boarding grapples and lines. Gangplank's black and gold teeth gritted in suppressed pain. The Noxian had almost bested him. Nevertheless, he refused to let his crew see his weakness, forcing his lips into a wicked smile. Wow. I mean, that takes a lot of strength, I guess, in my opinion, to just like fight through that pain, to put on the facade. And it's not even necessarily a facade, but like just to show that he is not weak. He is not a weak leader. Wind and rain whipping at him, he turned to survey the rest of the Noxians. He'd issued a blood challenge to the enemy captain, and now that he'd won, their will to fight evaporated. The ship is now mine, Gangplank roared, loud enough to be heard over the driving gale. Does anyone else have anything to say on the matter? One of the Noxians, a huge warrior with blood cult tattoos upon his face and garbed in spiked armor, glared at Gangplank. We are sons of Noxus, he bellowed. We would all gladly die before we let our ship be taken by the likes of you. Gangplank frowned, then shrugged. Fair enough, he said, and turned away. Gangplank favored his crew with a vicious smile. Kill them all, he roared, and burned their ship to the waterline. What the heck? Such a short story as well. I mean, did they not do my man Gangplank justice here? We're doing like super short biography and story. Okay, I mean, the only insight really we got here was kind of how ruthless he is as a pirate. And I feel like in order to be the Reaver King of Bilgewater and of all pirates, I guess, too, like you kind of got to be ruthless. I guess I don't want to say that's necessarily true either, because I think Miss Fortune would be a good leader as well, even though she hasn't fully gotten into that role. But I think she would also be a really good leader in the sense that she would do things differently and not necessarily like she is also ruthless, in my opinion. She's a little bit more like strategic and thinks things out, I think, more than Gangplank, Mike. Let's give the champion spotlight a watch now. This is 8 years old. I made sure I watched like 2 seconds to make sure that it was, you know, the updated League of Legends.
Champion spotlight featuring Gangplank, the Saltwater Scourge.
All right, let's give this a watch. What abilities you got, man? Now, again, I've used him a little bit in TFT. I've used a lot of these champs in TFT a tiny bit.
There's only one way in Bilgewater.
Mine. Okay. All right, we're going to pass the playstyle and skins. Okay, here we go. Let's get into the abilities.
Gangplank's passive is Trial by Fire. On a moderate cooldown, Gangplank ignites his blade, causing his next melee attack to deal bonus damage, apply a true damage dot, and grant a brief burst of movement speed.
Oh, and movement speed. Wow, that's a lot in one. That's a lot in just one passive.
Is Parlay. He fires a shot from his pistol, dealing damage that can crit like a basic attack. Parlay also applies on hit effects like red buff and static shiv.
Whoa. Okay.
Parlay plunders extra gold and refunds half its mana cost if it kills a unit. For each gold plundered by Parlay, Gangplank gains a Silver Serpent, which is an exclusive currency he can use at the shop to upgrade his ultimate.
Okay, so that makes sense because in TFT, I know they would always do like weird little like pirate buffs with like coins and stuff in game.
Use Parlay in early laning to farm at a safe distance from any poke or encroaching junglers.
So Parlay, yeah, seems
gold as money in the bank.
Like you want to use it to just kill extra minions, get extra money.
Gangplank's W heals him and removes disabling effects.
Oh wow, remove scurvy.
The more health he's missing, the more health he recovers. Whether facing crowd control, sustained damage, or vitamin C deficiency, all Gangplank has to do is eat an orange, and it's K.
Oh, that's why he's crushing an orange in his artwork. Okay, that seems like a super, like it seems very basic, but I feel like in a game like League of Legends, that ability seems kind of insane to remove, you know, a slow or remove a stun or something like that and also heal. I feel like that's pretty good. Powder Keg.
Powder Keg is Gangplank's E, and there's a bit of a mini game with it for the Saltwater Scourge and his opponents.
Mini game.
When he uses Powder Keg, Gangplank tosses out a barrel with 3 hit points that tick down to 1 over a few seconds.
Oh.
If Gangplank last hits the barrel with a basic attack or parlay, it explodes, dealing the attack's damage, including crit, that ignores a percentage of enemy armor.
Okay.
The explosion slows anyone in the blast zone, and plunders gold if triggered by parlay.
Oh, gold too. Okay. I feel like that's a hard ability.
But can store several barrels for a battery of boom. Powder kegs can chain together if their explosion radii connect, although the damage doesn't stack. Basically, each additional barrel makes the area bigger. As a reward for exploding a barrel, Gangplank gains bonus movement speed and instantly refreshes his passive.
I feel like that. How do you use that properly?
And pocket a few gold coins. Additionally, because they have other important barrel business to attend to, powder kegs will disappear after being stuck on one tick for 60 seconds.
60 seconds. Yeah, how do you use that ability appropriately? I feel like it kind of sucks, but
keep in mind that powder kegs prime themselves faster with level. Later in the game, carefully placing one on the path behind you will let you parley the barrel as you run, slowing your pursuers and reaching safety.
So it could be useful for running?
Gangplank's
All right, Cannon Barrage.
Cannon Barrage. When he ults, Gangplank calls
Have I seen this?
To fire waves of cannonballs on a large area with global range, damaging and slowing enemies caught beneath the barrage.
Okay. So it's a little bit like Misfortunes, but Misfortunes is like rapid, like boom, 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 boom. His is over time and slows people down, and it's a bigger radius, I believe.
There are 3 upgrades Gangplank can purchase over the course of the game with the Silver Serpents from Parlay.
Oh, right. Okay.
First up is Death's Daughter, an enormous cannon that deals tons of true damage at the beginning of the ultimate.
True damage, okay. Raise morale.
Raise Morale, an upgrade that gives allies under the Avalanche of Iron additional move speed.
I don't know how I feel about that one.
And
watch, that one's probably the
Fire at
best.
Will increases the ult's rate of fire, dealing extra damage.
See, that one feels like it's better, I guess. But yeah, you guys let me know which one's best out of those 3.
Remember that your ult gives you global presence. Even if you're in another lane, it's almost as if you're there in spirit. You can use Cannon Barrage to turn the tide of battle and potentially leave your enemies feeling extra salty.
Okay, very nice, very nice. I love how they do show like good examples of when these abilities are used, right? Because otherwise I would be like, how good is that? All right, we're not going to watch the rest of it. We really were just here for the abilities. You guys can let me know any other little tidbits about like his gameplay. I don't know how I feel about Gangplank. That powder keg ability seems a little weird. I do like his remove scurvy ability. I think that's very good. And then his Q ability, which it seems very basic, but it's obviously pretty good. Those are like my favorite abilities, but I don't know how I feel about actual gameplay for Gangplank, so you guys will have to let me know. All right, let's take a look at the trailer for Gangplank and Legends of Runeterra.
Tell my tale.
Okay, let's see what he is. 5 mana, 5/5. That's pretty good with Overwhelm. When I'm summoned, summon a powder keg. Cool. And then level up when you've damaged the enemy nexus in 5 rounds this game. Oh, 5 rounds specifically. Okay.
I won't stop coming for those who wrong.
That theme. Okay, the powder keg's a 0/1. Wait. Powder keg stack. All your spells and skills deal 1 extra damage. Oh, wow. Destroy me when your spell or skill damage enemies. Whoa, okay. I feel like powder kegs could get out of hand.
Load the ship. We've work to do.
Parlay.
Got a gift for you.
With the 3 R's, I love it.
Spread your fire.
Okay, that's a pretty... Okay, wait a minute. That might have been one of the best level up animations so far. That was great. Okay, so now he's a 6/6 with Overwhelm still. When I'm summoned and round start, summon a powder keg. Attack, deal 1 to all enemies and the enemy nexus. Wow.
I am reborn of salt and brine. Got a gift for you.
Okay, powerful explosion. Deal 1 to all enemies and the nexus. Gangplank's definitely pretty aggressive, I feel like. Pretty powerful, too, in my opinion. All right, cool. He's been in the game for a while. This trailer is about 3 years old, it looks like. So very cool. You guys will have to let me know how Gangplank is in the game. And I did recently kind of hear that Legends of Runeterra is going to become only PvE in the near future. I want to hear from you guys about that and what you guys think. Okay, so next up we have the login screen. It's 2.5 minutes. I'm expecting the most piratey of pirate songs possible, right? Like he seems like the most piratey champion in League of Legends. So let's give it a listen. This is 8 years old, right? Let me double check. Yeah, 8 years ago. League has definitely changed their style, I think, when it comes to the music, but what is that music? What is that instrument being played? Is it just a guitar? But is it like just the notes that makes it so piratey? Okay, that's kind of epic, actually. I feel like there's pretty epic, like, pirate music, actually. Like, if you guys have ever played Sea of Thieves, or I guess Pirates of the Caribbean music too, right? The drum in this is good. Okay, yeah, this is, maybe I just like pirate music, but this is kind of fire. We got some accordion in there. Is that the accordion in the background? I'm just thinking of all the musical instruments you can play in the Sea of Thieves. I do definitely feel like this is way different than any of the other League champ login screens so far. I mean, that's a good thing because it fits his champ, in my opinion. Ooh. I think that was like a violin or something. Yeah, I don't know. I just want to bob my head to the drums in this. Oh, we're getting some like pirates singing together in a tavern. That's what it feels like. I can hear them. This makes me want to play Sea of Thieves. That Skull and Bones game is coming out actually pretty soon, as of recording this video anyway. Oh yeah, see, that melody's perfect. Wow, yeah, that was a good one, man. Okay, you know what that's getting added to? That's getting added to our pirate Spotify playlist for whenever we play Sea of Thieves next. Okay, that's a perfect song for that. All right, continuing our reaction, we have the skins for Gangplank. Now, I don't know, I'm expecting more piratey ones, or are we gonna just get like totally off the walls, crazy skins for Gangplank? So let's give them a look here. I'm gonna try to pick my top 3. It looks like he has a decent amount of skins, so we'll try to do our top 3. And you guys, of course, let me know your favorite skins in the comments. Okay, the original, think it's good. Let's go ahead and move on. We have Spooky. Really, it's just called Spooky. I mean, to be fair, this came out in, what, 2010? So it is an older one, but we have Ghost Pirate. We have a Ghost Pirate Gangplank. This reminds me of the Ghost Misfortune that we saw in like her level up animation for Legends of Runeterra. So I don't know if maybe that's what was going on. Next up, we have, what is this called? Minuteman. It's essentially just a different version of Gangplank, really. I mean, he's a Minuteman. There's really not much else to this, to be honest with you, so let's move on. Next up, we have Sailor Gangplank. What? Okay, hold on. Let's see the 3D version. Okay, I mean, it's kind of goofy looking, but sure, okay. Sailor's all right. Next up, we have Toy Soldier. Man, they did a lot of skins for him like way back then, and I wonder if they haven't really done that many as of late. Okay, Toy Soldier. This one actually looks like it could be good. Again, it's kind of like the Minuteman one, but it's yeah, okay. So like, oh yeah, it's got the wind up part to the back of the toy. I think this is actually a clever one, and I actually like this one. Let's put this in the top 3 for now. Next up is Special Forces. Okay, I mean, yeah, this is what I'm talking about, like balls to the wall kind of stuff. Like, this is not something I really expected for Gangplank. So it's like a modernized version of Gangplank where he's a part of Special Forces and he's coming in on a helicopter. This one's okay. Let's keep going. Sultan. Gangplank is a ruler from a distant land, and tales of his battle prowess and flowing red beard have reached even the farthest flung city-states. As all rulers from distant lands, he also sports a snappy hat. Okay, so he's got a turban and he's got a sword. I mean, okay, I think they could do some better stuff for Gangplank. I feel like it's a little, I don't know, but I also feel like at the same time, it's probably kind of hard to come up with good skins for Gangplank. They just need to do listen, you got to do Battle Academia Gangplank, man. You got to just do these crazy Pool Party Gangplank, right? Where are those skins? Oh, wait, Pool Party might actually be coming up. Okay, Captain. Yeah, Captain Gangplank is obviously perfect. I know Misfortune had the Captain skin as well. He's peeling an orange with his scimitar. I want to say it's a scimitar. Yeah, I mean, this is a perfect skin for him. Better than the original, probably. Let's look at the 3D on this one. Yeah, I mean, this is perfect pirate Gangplank in my opinion. All right, next we have Dreadnova. Oh, is he like a futuristic space pirate? That's actually a clever idea. That kind of reminds me of like Warhammer stuff, right? Because Warhammer is, it's like space pirates and stuff, right? So this is a cool one. Yes, this is actually something that they should have done a long time ago. This should have been like one of the first ideas that they came up with. Yes. Okay. Space Pirate also going in the top 3 for now. So we've rounded out the top 3, but I have 3 more skins to go through, and I feel like we're going to mix up the top 3 here. Okay. We have Pool Party Gangplank. Now, what do we see here? A perfect skin for my man Gangplank. Okay. This one's hilarious. He's got, you know, like his toy shotgun, which is hilarious. He's got is it a pineapple keg instead of the powder keg or whatever that he normally uses? That's actually pretty funny if they use that in game. Yeah, and the colors are actually like vibrant, and he's got the thing around his neck, and then the button shirt unbuttoned. I think this is a perfect skin. Okay, we have FPX. What is this skin? Oh, he's kind of weird looking, but also cool looking at the same time. There's something weird about it. It might be the color skin or color scheme on these that I'm not liking the best. I don't know. Something weird about this one. FPX is probably good in game. I don't know how I feel about it amongst my top 3 so far. I'll get to my top 3 at the very end here. And then we have Gangplank, the Betrayer. So is this like a Ruined version? It says, energized by a mysterious amulet containing Viego of Camivore and wielding the blade of the Ruined King, Gangplank's personality erupted as he raged in search of the long-lost Isolde. Oh, what? It's Gangplank as Viego? Is that what's going on here? What? What is this skin? Okay, let's take a look. Oh, he's definitely got like, I don't know, Scandinavian vibes with the beard and the mohawk, I guess. And then the no shirt thing, and then like the tattoos on his chest. I don't know how I feel about this one. Kind of an interesting skin. I feel like, yeah, it's kind of hard to come up with skin ideas for Gangplank, in my opinion. I think the Space Pirate one is very good. Okay, let me round out my top 3 for you guys. You guys let me know if you have a favorite skin of yours or anything like that. But honestly, kind of slim pickings, in my opinion. He could have some more, but again, I think it's kind of hard to come up with skins for him. So I'm going to go Pool Party is a favorite. We're going to go with Dread Nova is a favorite, and Captain. Just these 3 right here, all back to back to back. These 3 skins are my favorite. And I think Pool Party actually is my favorite. Pool Party skins have always been like up there for me, but they're usually not my favorite because they'll just be like a little bit of a cooler one. But I think Pool Party is actually his best one. Okay, so we have a little bit of trivia. We are going to skip over the original Gangplank stuff. There's kind of no reason really to look at it. Let's just look at Gangplank, the Saltwater Scourge. It says Gangplank is voiced by Matthew Mercer. We know he voices all kinds of stuff. Who also voices Captain Gangplank and Wolf. Oh, he voices Wolf as well. Okay. He became the first champion to receive 2 visual updates, the first based on his Chinese artwork and the second based on Burning Tides, having 4 classic skins, counting Captain Gangplank. Oh, that's a classic one. Before being disabled in-game after dying and Burning Tides. Oh, okay. And then, well, he doesn't die, right? So it's saying, in quotations, dying. And then temporarily replaces the announcer in every single map. And then it also says, one of the scrapped spells tested during Gangplank's visual gameplay update summoned a pirate Gundam, oh, that's cool, that fired mid-range cannonballs from its arm and attacked with a miniature version of Unstoppable Force. Huh, now I want to see this pirate Gundam that they totally scrapped, apparently. All right, Gangplank is obviously going to be the shortest reaction we've ever done because even his fandom wiki is very small. It looks like it hasn't been updated or touched in a very long time. I guess they probably haven't done anything to his lore since I guess the explosion on his ship from Misfortune, maybe. So we'll have to see what's going on in this. So personality, we have Gangplank is a cruel pirate captain who maintains his power through fear alone. As such, he can be exceedingly brutal in his methods, even torturing members of his own crew should they step out of line. With bone carving and mutilation, Gangplank also showcases an artistic side in his own sick and twisted way. That sounds like Jin. In his quest to be feared, Gangplank often touts his own reputation to frighten people into submission. He often remarks at how many have tried and failed to kill him, and shows a remarkable resistance to pain when he orders a doctor to amputate his arm without a fuss. Yeah, we have heard this little bit of like resistance to pain thing because he doesn't want to show weakness. Gangplank is shown to have little remorse for his cruel behavior, killing Sarah Fortune's mother without mercy. Okay, so like we are basically saying this dude has no empathy. He doesn't have any remorse for any of his behaviors or anything. There hasn't even been an inkling of a sign of that. I guess, I mean, his relationship with Alawi maybe, but that's not even really, there's nothing really like remorseful or anything there. All right, let's just get straight into relations. The abilities haven't even been updated in his fandom, so All right, Alawi. Gangplank and Alawi were in a relationship over a decade ago, but eventually broke up. After subjecting him to a test of spirit in order to get him back in motion, the Kraken Priestess ordered the Serpent Islander chiefs to support the Saltwater Scourge in retaking Bilgewater. They would lead Gangplank to Buru artifacts that could control the Black Mist. Alawi's Gangplank's first love. She would eventually oppose him alongside Ari, Braum, Misfortune, Pike, and Yasuo in Ruined King. Okay, so Alawi does oppose him alongside all those people in Ruined King. I really need to play the Ruined King game, don't I? Thresh. Gangplank would enter a partnership with Thresh in Ruined King in order to awaken and subjugate Viego to conquer Bilgewater. Viego's power would prove too strong for Gangplank and ended up controlling him instead. Wow. Yeah, see, we really need to get to that game, huh? Swain and Zed. So Swain and Zed want Gangplank dead for stealing from each of them. Yep, namely Gangplank stole Swain's personal warship known as the Leviathan and ransacked the Temple of the Jagged Knife belonging to Zed's Shadow Order. Okay, we already knew both of that. Is there nothing else? Yeah, there's no other relations, I guess. I would assume there would be something with Graves and Twisted Fate in some sort there because, you know, they're all like mingling with one another there, but I guess not. Misfortune managed to overthrow and kill Gangplank in revenge for him murdering her mother back when she was a girl. Gangplank had only thought of Misfortune as the most persistent of bounty hunters, unaware that she is the daughter of the gunsmith he killed when she refused to hand over the twin pistols he had commissioned in order to spearhead his rise to Reaver King of Bilgewater. Misfortune would defeat Gangplank again in Ruined King and had him detained in order to publicly execute him as a show of power. He would escape before his execution and entered a massive gang war against Fortune. Okay, so that's a little bit of new info for me because I haven't played Ruined King, but it looks like, you know, he is defeated in Ruined King and he's actually about to be publicly executed, but he does escape. And that's really all there is, guys. There's a tiny bit of trivia here. Let's see. It says, trivia, Death's Daughter is the name of the Deadpool's Gangplank's now destroyed ship he took from his father in the old main canon. Okay, that's the name of the old main cannon on his ship that was destroyed. Got it. The ship Gangplank stole from Swain is called Leviathan, though it is unknown if it is the same ship as the Leviathan that appears in Legends of Runeterra. Well, I would assume so, because isn't there like some, I think I recall there being like a voice line or something. His current ship is called the Dreadway. Oh. The Dreadway. Whoa, the Leviathan and the Dreadway, both in the Legends of Runeterra cards, both look pretty menacing, to be honest with you. And then a tip shown in Legends of Runeterra and his artwork showed that he likes to eat oranges dipped in the ocean beforehand and calls them sweet and salty. He eats them without peeling first. Well, and then in the remove scurvy ability, he eats an orange, doesn't he? That's how he removes his scurvy, guys. All right, yeah, that's a very short fandom wiki, I guess. Riot has decided not to do anything with his character, and I don't necessarily know if they need to do anything with his character. He's pretty much built out to be what he is, right? And maybe we'll learn a little bit more from the voice lines and stuff here. But yeah, I'm not quite sure what else could be added to his character in terms of lore. All right, let's get into the Gangplank Legends of Runeterra interactions. I'm pretty excited for this because this is going to be the most recent voice lines that we have for him. I think the League of Legends ones I checked are like 8 years old. So these are going to be the most recent voice lines we have for him. So let's give him a listen.
Serve or die. I don't care if the others like you.
Whoa. That was a plunder poro.
Where'd you get that hat? You're quite adorable.
Oh, what?
Nothing left when I'm done.
Just the screams of the dying.
Okay, and this is the Dreadway, which is his new ship, right?
Who need me?
Citrus
A sight
Courier?
for scurvied eyes.
This man loves his oranges.
Best keep your distance, Fizz.
Oh, Fizz.
But it looks like you could use a hug.
Oh, that is the very first time we've ever heard Fizz speak. And I know Fizz is one of the few champions that are from Bilgewater.
I'm Fizz.
They say you hold more ships than my cannons.
Interesting.
Nothing
Okay,
but
is
the
Fizz a cool character? Is that somebody I should also do a reaction to sometime soon?
Think of blood and sweat. Get to work. You'll fight
Petty
or
officer.
you'll swim. Round them up.
Okay. He really
Ready?
loves yelling. Like, he doesn't speak. He's just yelling.
Not yet. Good to go. Let her rip.
There'll Let be her blood rip.
In the water. Prepare the barrage.
Okay.
The sea beasts will fear us.
You've work to do. Get on it.
He's just, all his voice lines are like, get to work. That's all it is just him telling his crew to get to work while he's over here being lazy, probably.
So, you're on my side after all, Nautilus.
Mm.
For now.
Okay, Nautilus is interesting. I feel like I kind of want to know what's going on with this guy.
I don't suppose
When?
you've ever sailed, have ye?
I don't suppose you've ever bathed, have ye?
Dude, Quinn had the best voice line with Misfortune and also the best voice line with Gangplank. We might have to listen to Quinn at some
I won't
point.
pay your tithe. Yes, you will.
Oh, Nautilus seems cool.
Your time has come, Gangplank.
Oh, so ominous.
I will not be slain by whatever you are.
I kind of want to know what he is.
Work, you dogs!
The
There
Dreadway.
she is. Home.
Just two giant, massive cannons in the
The
front.
ocean herself will fear us!
There's no finer sight.
Okay.
For
The
conquest,
Leviathan.
for empire. Now there's a vessel fit for my fleet. Destination in sight. A ship good enough to be mine.
Yep.
Trim the mainsail!
Oh,
Burn
Misfortune's.
her! Send her to the depths!
Oh, he got really into that voice line.
Set the course!
Broadside! Break her in half!
Oh, man.
When we're
Scary. Okay.
done, I'm taking your head.
Let's listen to Gangplank
Don't
here
make
again.
promises you can't keep, little girl.
We have heard these between
This
Misfortune
doesn't
and
change a
Gangplank.
damn thing between us.
If you insist.
I love the
Remember
bicker between
me,
the two,
you
though.
Bastard.
No.
No.
Time to
He does.
finish this.
That's why he was so angry in those previous voice lines.
My thoughts exactly.
Funny that
Okay,
hand
Twisted
lock
Fate.
deals you, don't you think?
'Tis a sharp tongue you've got there, River Snake.
Ooh, I like that. Okay.
Suppose you still want me dead.
Not till you scream for mercy.
Suppose you still want me dead. Now, why is that? I didn't hear anything about these two, honestly. Maybe Twisted Fate's just on the bounty board, I believe, right?
Come to pay the tithe, Gangplank.
Okay. He wants he wants everybody to pay the tithe,
Taken
apparently.
enough from me.
I think you've taken more from the sea, probably, Gangplank. Okay, petty officer.
I rarely forget and never forgive.
Never forgive.
Ship seaworthy, Cap. Crew's the best I could find.
You best hope they'll do, mate.
Yeah, I would not want to be a part of Gangplank's crew whatsoever,
Fighting
dude.
for the enemy.
It's too scary.
Not for long. I'll make corpses of them all.
Oh.
Captain, have mercy. I was strong-armed.
Oh, wow. Yeah, see, that would be me if I was a part of his crew, straight up. This petty officer. Jagged
Always want to
Butcher.
be out ship, Captain. And I've always wanted to carve off those tattoos.
Oh.
Tis a fine bounty.
He doesn't
you've
like his
got there,
tattoos?
Captain. Aye, shame you'll die for it.
Oh. Gangplank just has no chill, does he?
I rarely forget and never forgive.
Okay, we're getting the same voice
It's the
line
boss!
with Brax.
Sure is.
It's the boss. Okay, Dreadway
I
deckhand.
rarely forget and
Oh,
never
he says the same thing to all his crew
That's why we
members.
respect you, Captain.
Gotcha.
I'm going my own way,
More?
Captain.
Aye, nailed to the keel of my ship.
Oh, okay. Yeah, man, if you become part of his crew and you don't do well, you're dead. All right, the Dreadway
I'll
voice
make
lines.
corpses of them all.
Okay, we've heard that.
Captain's arrived!
I rarely forget.
I
and
heard that.
Never forgive.
Time to earn your pay!
Island
Neither the
Navigator.
flames nor the depths could claim me.
Ocean
Well, that's
Mother
a new
will
one.
claim all of you, Belengi.
Ooh, that was a threat.
Fortune favor.
I'll make
Hired gun.
corpses of them all.
That's his favorite voice line,
the
isn't
top
it?
of the bounty board himself.
Ah, Jagged
Dead men
Taskmaster.
tell my tale.
She must
Ooh.
like tender meat, Captain.
That actually reminds me. So, Dead Men Tell My Tale or Dead Men Tell No Tales from like Pirates of the Caribbean. Is that just like an actual saying, or did that actually originate from Pirates of the Caribbean? I actually have no idea.
I'll make corpses of them all.
Same line
Shame it
again.
came to this, Captain. Don't worry, Captain. I'll
They
see
really
you
think they
there.
got a chance against
I'll see
Gangplank?
you skinned alive, turncoat.
Yeah, he's gonna skin. Oh my god, he's gonna skin her alive.
I'll shed a tear. A
Oh,
quick death was too good.
oh,
So long, fortune.
ah.
Finally.
Okay, so he really wants Twisted Fate dead. No interaction between him and Graves is interesting.
This'll do for now.
For
I
now,
won't stop coming for those who wronged me.
I believe that.
Drink up. The taverns will sing our tale this eve.
Okay,
I'll have
typical
my
pirate
revenge
activity.
one way or t'other.
Or
This
t'other.
isn't the end.
And then we have player idle.
Do I look like a patient man?
No. All right, guys, that does it for our interactions with Gangplank. And so what I really kind of came to realize with Gangplank, obviously, yeah, I didn't even think about it before we got into these, but yeah, a lot of the voice lines were just with his crewmates and just him basically being a captain of a pirate ship, right? That obviously makes sense. I came to realize also that I'm pretty interested in Fizz and Nautilus because of these voice lines that he had with those two. And then I kind of wanted to know the history between him and Twisted Fate, because it doesn't seem like we learn any of that from like the story, biography, fandom wiki. None of it was included in there about him and Twisted Fate. But he very much, well, I guess there's only like 2 to 3 voice lines. But yeah, I mean, Gangplank wants Twisted Fate dead specifically. And maybe Graves just goes along with that because, you know, Graves and Twisted Fate are like buddy-buddy for sure. Or Gangplank just wants him off, you know, the bounty board. He's been going after Twisted Fate because he tried to get that bounty, and Twisted Fate, you know, being himself, has been elusive and hiding or like getting away from Gangplank. That's my guess, but you guys let me know. I think Gangplank is somebody I would absolutely not want to work for as a pirate myself. I would probably just not even be a pirate because I'd be too afraid of the captain. If he was Gangplank, I would probably work under Misfortune, although she's a little scary as well. Other than that, though, I think these were very good voice lines. He really did get, like, his voice was, he's practically yelling every time he's doing his voice lines, most of them anyway. But then when he had those interactions with Misfortune, or the siren specifically, her ship, he was very much like screaming like he was in a battle with the other ship. So it was very like, I think it was very well done, and it also shows like how much he wants to take out Misfortune. All right, we have an 8-year-old video. It says voice Gangplank the Saltwater Scourge updated. This is from Skin Spotlights, so I think it might go kind of fast. We'll see. It might not even have subtitles or anything like that either, so we'll put them on, and it's about 6 minutes long. So let's go ahead and listen to the actual League of Legends voice lines from Gangplank.
Hack their kidneys out. They have no concept of misery.
Oh, geez. Okay, we're hacking kidneys right off the bat.
Slash ear to ear.
Oh.
Crying won't do any good. Pistols or blades don't matter to me.
Okay,
Paint the
okay. The voice lines in this are a lot more extreme than what we had in Legends of Runeterra.
docks in their blood. Dead men tell my tale.
Okay, we heard that one.
Feed 'em their fingers. Their
Okay, he's very much an extreme pirate. Holy crap.
tears will salt the ocean. I'll take my time with them. I see
Wow.
corpses waiting to drop.
Is this all he
Blade
talks
to
about?
bone. That's the way. I will
torturing
carve
people.
my name in their skulls. This is
Okay, Gangplank, we get it.
mercy and Bilgewater. Toss 'em to the sharks.
Holy
Bones
crap.
will splinter. You haven't seen blood yet. Their bodies will choke the abyss. My heart is iron. This blade's got bite. Sharp enough to etch bone.
Okay,
They-
okay. I'm a minute in, and this guy is intense. I feel like that's all I can really say to this.
This is a flaying tool. Sometimes
Flaying
you
tool.
gotta get your hands bloody. Blood begets blood.
Okay, lots of blood, lots of bones, lots of skulls, lots of carving, lots of flaying, and
Killing's
all of
the
it.
only way to survive. Got every angle covered. A captain can't have any blind spots. An all-purpose artifact. Always
I think we're talking
have a
about wards
shield
right
at the
now.
Ready. Watch 'em twitch. Forged in blood and bile. Nothing
Ew,
cuts
forged in blood and bile.
dirtier than Bilgewater steel. A dirty blade for a dirty job. I'll rain fire upon 'em. All cannons. I'll hit 'em with everything. Main cannon at the ready. Load up the hull buster. Heavy
The hole buster.
artillery for these cowards. Powder'll get 'em moving. Charge beneath the barrage. They'll have reason to run.
Oh. Okay. Death? Oh, jeez. Oh, dude, I can't even imagine like the voice actor doing that noise with their throat. Sounds terrible. I think
sword and
Gangplank
shot,
just
I'll
scares me.
take my island back. They
My
took
island back. Aha.
my ship. I'll take their lives. My flesh will never burn.
Your flesh will never burn.
Bilgewater. Home bitter stinking home.
Everybody always talks about the stink. I think we need to. Somebody needs to give Bilgewater a shower or something.
Your king.
Or I guess the stink is probably part of its charm and character.
Returned. Had something in my throat.
Okay, an actual funny voice line from Gangplank. Yeah, he has a very raspy, deep voice. It's like, that's kind of a funny line to write for him.
They're not just oranges.
Oh?
They're blood oranges.
Oh,
I got it
specifically blood oranges. That's such a funny joke, too, because he just keeps talking about blood.
Time. I'm back
Also, are blood oranges better than regular oranges?
at the helm.
The laugh isn't as scary as I thought it'd be.
If I can't have it, I'll take back.
Oh, hold on. That philosophy right there is actually kind of all of Gangplank's philosophy. I'll burn it all down if I can't have it. That is very much so Gangplank in a nutshell, I feel like.
It's mine. I found my hate in the fire. I rarely forget.
Found my hate in the fire.
And never forgive.
Yeah, we heard
A
that.
turned back deserves a knife. Hang him from the
turned back
slaughter
deserves
docks.
a knife.
Never trust a bilge rat. I lost my ship, but not my soul. Do I look
Not my soul. And I feel like that's kind of a callback to the Alawi test of his soul and stuff.
like a patient man? I am reborn of salt and brine. The sea has no memory, but I do. Betrayal
like the sea
stings
does.
like salt on a wound.
Ooh, that's a
Hate
good
is
one.
a child's word. My vengeance will be bloody. Time
Oh, that voice there for "My vengeance will be bloody" was like even deeper, I feel like.
of dead will herald my return. The seas and men betray. Words mean nothing. Flesh carries weight. A
Words mean nothing. Yeah, because Gangplank doesn't seem like he's much of a talker. He's not the talker type. He's just all about action, right?
split throat is too painless.
Misfortune's kind of the
I'll
opposite,
hack
or
my way
slash
back
both,
to
I guess.
Bilgewater. Mercy sank with my ship. A reckoning approaches. A slow death will be their reward.
How did he get the Dreadway ship so fast? I guess he probably just stole it or something.
Death spit me out. Cruelty for all. I'll
Cruelty
come
for
back
all.
stronger. Don't get comfortable in my absence. I'm far from done killing. Everyone pays. Scum. Filth.
Ooh, throwing insults now.
That's better. Needed that. Hits the spot.
Oh, is that like him getting healed or something? Oh, it's him eating oranges. Oh, I don't like that.
Not today.
Oh, I don't like that. You guys, what's it called when you don't like people chewing or the mouth? I don't know.
How they try. No chance. Never. Barrel. Another. More powder.
Oh, now the powder
Burn.
keg ability.
Line them up. 3 in a row.
Okay.
Fish in a barrel.
Fish in a barrel.
That's a chain.
That's a perfect one.
Combo. The flames.
He said
are
combo.
calling. The smell of powder sets my blood to boil. Survive this, and you'll need a lot of rum. Come.
A lot of rum.
Test yourself in the fire. You will never have a grave, Graves. You will
Oh, we're getting a Graves voice line. There it is. You will never have a grave, Graves. And why is that? Because if he kills Graves, he's just going to throw him in the ocean or something.
never
Right?
have a grave, Graves. See, it's because it's your name. Your name is like a grave. Never mind. Can't.
See, I love it. I love it when they do voice lines like that because it breaks character a little bit, which makes it, especially for a character like this, where he's super serious. I love that they like tone it back just a little bit, just for like 1 or 2 voice lines, right?
Light cigars in the bottom of the sea.
But then we also got some Graves
Will your
voice lines
partner
there.
try to avenge you? I hope so. You talk a lot for a dead man, Graves. Only thing worse
Lots of
than
voice
a
lines with
traitor
Graves.
is a bad shot. Can't wear the crown till the king's dead, little girl.
Little girl. I feel like he called Misfortune little girl, so maybe Yeah, can't wear the crown till the king's dead, and that's talking to Misfortune. Yeah, okay.
Don't leave anything to fortune anymore. Some bounties aren't worth taking, Fortune.
Ooh.
Sealed your fate when you crossed me, boy. The
Okay, is this one Twisted Fate, maybe?
sea floor is littered with your ilk, gambler.
Yeah.
Maybe your cards will mourn you. I don't
Maybe your
need
cards will mourn
the
you.
good hand to see your fate. Bathe them in iron.
Okay, he's got some
Holy
clever
fire,
ones.
Cannons.
Oh, see, we're back.
Broadside.
We're back to him being on the ship and like... What was that? Oh, I don't like this. Oh, this is the ghost version of Gangplank, right?
Keep a weather eye out. Always watch your
Keep a
back.
weather eye
Trust nothing to chance.
That sounds like Gangplank. Cool. Those were pretty dang good. I actually was going into these voice lines for the League of Legends ones because they're so old. I'm generally kind of like... I kind of know what to expect with these older ones. I'm like, oh, they're not going to be as good. They're going to be kind of weird or whatever. But no, I think these were actually really good voice lines for Gangplank being 8 years old, honestly. You know, we actually got a couple of interactions, which is still nice, even though, you know, it doesn't tell me. But yeah, we saw him talk to Graves, Misfortune, and Twisted Fate. Those are the 3 people I was like, oh, he's for sure going to talk to them. The Graves ones were kind of just a bunch of jokes about Graves and his name. So I don't know what the history is there still. And then, yeah, the ones with Misfortune was very much so like, I'm still alive. As long as I'm still alive, you can't have the crown. I'm going to be coming for you. So be ready, right? And that was really cool. And then, yeah, he kind of did the same thing with Twisted Fate. He had some like clever little lines about wanting to, you know, your cards will maybe mourn you and stuff like that. So I thought those were all really good. The rest of the voice lines also very, very good. The little funny ones that came in, there was like 3 or 4 of them were very, very cool. Because again, like I said, when the character is so serious, you can break up that character a little bit by just adding in those little funny lines. And I think that's kind of what I want personally. Maybe some people might not like it as much because it like breaks character and it might not be as cool. But I think things need to be a little lighthearted sometimes, right? All right, guys, this is probably one of the shorter reactions, but I think this was still a great reaction for Gangplank. It doesn't seem like his info has been updated too much in the fandom wiki, so please somebody go fix that for him. Other than that, though, I think this was a good introduction into kind of the whole world of Bilgewater in of itself with Misfortune and Gangplank doing them back to back. You know, we didn't really learn anything too much about Twisted Fate and Graves, but we got a lot of interactions with them, just kind of building out the world of Bilgewater. You know, Fizz and Nautilus are also in there. I reacted to Pike way back when, before kind of doing all these reactions this way, but still, you know, I got more intrigued by Fizz and Nautilus and just Bilgewater, and I want to kind of like build out Bilgewater. I feel like Bilgewater would be the easiest region of the world to do my full reaction to like all of the champions in this region because it's probably the smallest region. I'm not sure actually. So maybe Ishtal is probably smaller technically. But yeah, guys, I mean, other than that, let's talk about where his lore could go in the future. Very much so. I said this in the Misfortune reaction, I think. Basically, the war between him and Misfortune, they could very much so push that lore and story forward, just have like an all-out battle between them and something happens, or somebody actually takes the crown and becomes Reaver King or whatever it is, Reaver Queen of Bilgewater. Or who knows what they could do. They might, again, I always say they might be saving this kind of stuff for the MMO, or they very much so could not even touch the lore and just leave them two at kind of like a standstill, right? Because it's kind of perfect where it is right now. They don't even have to do anything with the lore. They could totally just leave them there, not do anything to them, and just have them be constantly battling one another for the crown, essentially, of Bilgewater. And I think that's a fine thing to do. And so, yeah, I don't really expect them to do anything recent with Gangplank, but I don't know if they've done anything recently with either of them besides like Rune King stuff, right? So who knows? They might do something new pretty soon. All right, guys, thank you again. Please leave a like on the video. It does help other people see it. And consider subscribing. If you got to this point in the video, you might as well subscribe because we have a bunch of other League of Legends reactions you can watch on the channel. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.